Okay, so the year 2020 is fast coming to an end. We just have 2 months left before the end of the year, before the year finally runs out. I remember when we got into this year, before we got into the year 2020, years back, we looked forward to Vision 2020, the Vision 2020 agenda. That was all I looked forward to. We anticipated with so many hopes. We had high hopes, but it was not what we anticipated for. The dilemma in this year was not something to write home about. Um, I remember January 1 when we celebrated Happy New Year. February passed, then March came in, coronavirus came, and just scattered everything. The whole economy just went down, affected every family, everyone. And then, aside that, another thing came up. Disaster killings became too much. We had, issues here and there, and that has actually has forced me to look. I feel so bad. I feel so terrible about what happened. Though we have to forget the past and look forward to a bright future, we hope that um, better things will come. So, like I was saying, we saw, so I noticed so many things that happened in the society, so many terrible things that happened. And I wonder if these people actually come from a family. I wonder if they have a mother, if they have a father, if they are married, if they have kids, what are the kind of things they teach their children. And these are the things that I started pondering about, and that would lead me to what I want to talk about today: the family and the society. My name is Ginika Richard. Thank you for joining me. This is my first video. So I would start by defining what a family is. So I'll actually be looking at the family and the values. What are the values that should be taught in the family, and how these things are taken to the society. Because I believe if we can get our family system right, the family values right, then I think much of the social vices we have in our society would reduce. So let's start by the definition of a family. A value, what does value mean in society? So a family is a group of people that are related by blood, related by marriage or by adoption. A family could also be a group of people who come together, who love each other, and then they decide to stay together and they become a family, whatever case it is. But over the years, other kinds of family has spring forth because of the changes we have, single parent families, because of the things that go on in the society today. And I don't know if I should say they are normal, but of course nothing good. There is nothing new under the sun. So you have the single parent families. So many families have divorced. You have the extended families, grandparents, coming to live together. So then, what are the kind of things, values that we need to inculcate in the family, in the children, so that they carry this to the society? Because whether we like it or not, each and every one of us comes from a family, and the family is as important, very, very important, like any important thing, like every other important thing. The family is the cradle. The family is the basis of the society, and strong families make for strong societies. Now, let's go on to the definition of what values are. Values are those things that are important. Values are those things that we see as being worthwhile. They are those basic fundamental beliefs that guide our actions, that guide the way we behave. So we can see how important this is. And then what is a society? A society is a group of people, yes, that come together to form a society. Different families, let's say in an area, they all come together. It's not that everybody will actually come outside, but then families around a particular place make up for a community. So that's what a society is. And whether we like it or not, what we impart in our children would help them. The values we put in our children are those values that will make them grow up into a healthy adult, or make them grow up into healthy adults, and then they in turn take it to the society. Now, let's look at the nuclear family, the father, the mother, and the children. Now you find out a man, for instance, beating his wife in front of his children, or let's say in front of his son. What are you trying to teach? What are you trying to tell that child? Are you trying to teach that child? Are you trying to teach that child violence? So that's exactly what you're doing. You're imparting violence into the life of that child, and you're as well telling that child that it is good to beat a woman. You're telling that child that a marriage is not good. So these are the negative values already that you're imparting into the life of that child, whether you like it or not. What would you say of a little child, or a teenage child who is sent to go and buy smoke and then ends up taking out of the smoke? I come from the Igbo part of Nigeria. There's a proverb that says, if a mother is not there, the father must be there, which means either of the parents must be there to take care of, to watch the child, to watch the steps of the child. And I understand it's not easy. Both the man and the woman needs to go out to make ends meet for the family. But then this is something that we have to value, because believe me or not, even if you provide the material things that a child needs, and then you don't balance the other aspects of the child, the values that you impart in the child, then actually you've not done a good job, or we've not done a good job as a parent. So these are some of the things that we need to look out for. These are some of the things that we need to check. And we live in a part of the world where we believe children are a blessing. Yes, they're a blessing from God. But do they become a blessing or a terror if we just have kids and then we don't look out for them? No, you can have two children. You can have two children and not take good care of them, and you can have 10 kids and and be able to take care of them. But then it is better to have the number of children that we can take care of, the number of children that we can love, the number of children we should bear, children that we can impart values that we would have time for. And that is why you see, you go to the streets, you go under the bridge, and you see so many kids there, so many people that are languishing, because at one